So there I was, driving my 2 daughters to school one morning. We were running late. I was feeling stressed. I was feeling overwhelmed. And then I was thinking, why is this red light not changing? Come on. Just then, my 7-year-old daughter dropped a deep philosophical question on me. Mama, what's your superpower? What's my superpower? Well, it was a tough question to answer in that moment, but at least you didn't ask me where babies come from. What about you? What's your superpower? And what do superpowers have to do with climate change anyway? Perhaps your imagination drifts off to how to solve the global climate change issues with the powers of telekinesis. Or could you fly off through a portal to the polar ice caps where you could refreeze them with a wave of your hand? I wonder, what kind of world are we leaving for our future generations? Our children, our grandchildren? What do we want that world to look like? My heart sees this beautiful utopian vision. But then the scientific data starts clouding my mind. The US EPA says that our trash is creating so much methane and nitrous oxide that it's contributing 295 million metric tons of greenhouse gases every year. Whoa. Let's just take a moment right here and now, to hop into our time-traveling DeLorean and go back to the past. Before there was any trash alongside the roadways. When you could walk out onto the beach and not step on a sharp piece of metal or plastic. You could look out into the ocean and see those beautiful crystal blue waters. And then let's hop back in the DeLorean and come back to present. That same ocean, did you know that way out there is something called the Great Pacific Garbage Patch? That's right. It is a trash vortex that organizations like Ocean Cleanup have conducted aerial expeditions that show that the size of this trash vortex is 617,000 square miles. That is more than 3 times the state of California. Yikes! Today, I'm going to be sharing 3 ways that we can all unleash our inner superpowers to create positive change in the world. The first step is tune in. Tune in. Remember those old radio dials? When you turned it just right, you could get clarity. How can you tune in to what other groups are already doing? For me, it was a simple invitation from my neighborhood city council, inviting people to come to a trash pickup day. Everybody show up at 9 a.m. at a specific location and bring your rubber gloves and some trash bags, and we'll just clean up the neighborhood. Simple, right? Well, I decided to add a little twist. I said to my daughters, "Hey girls, let's dress up as superheroes! Dun da da da!" Why not? It made so much fun. People were smiling and laughing when they saw us. They were so excited because we added a little fun and flair, and we even gamified it. 5 points for that candy wrapper. Yes. Ooh. 10 points for the plastic bottle. Yes. The plastic bottle. What if we thought a little differently about this object? Most people drink the contents and toss it, right? UNEP, the United Nations Environmental Program, shows that only 9% of plastic is actually recycled, and 22% winds up in the ocean, contributing to that trash vortex I referenced. Yikes! What if instead we got a little creative about this plastic? Case in point. In 2009, I was part of a training course with other like-minded entrepreneurs, and a movement was born. It was called Hug It Forward. Now, what do hugs have to do with cleaning up our earth? Well, Hug It Forward actually bridges the gap between hugs and love and cleaning up our earth. Now, think about that. The earth is our home, right? We live here, don't we? What if we thought about it more as our home? What if we imagined it was like our house? You know, when your house is a little messy and you take the time to put things in their place, it feels good, doesn't it? Well, you certainly wouldn't bring a giant trash dumpster and dump it in the middle of your living room, would you? No way. What Hug It Forward has done is actually taken communities in Central America and they have built bottle schools, schools out of bottles. To date, they have built over 140 bottle schools. And you'll notice the formula here of how they build the walls, as well as the smiles on the children's faces, because these kids used to have to go to school outdoors, weather permitting. And now they have a safe place to learn and grow. Isn't that exciting? Well, that leads me to my second point, which is turn on. Turn on. How can you get fired up, turned on, and motivated about what other organizations are doing? Take a look at some communities in your area. Again, as you are choosing to tune in and turn on that level of motivation, get fired up about it. I had decided to create a superhero beach cleanup day with my kids and some friends, and we showed up. People were wondering, what are you doing? We had extra capes if other people would want to join in. And you would never imagine what a difference it's making for these kids to notice how can they create a bigger impact. When we walked down the beach that day, people were happy and grateful that we were there, cleaning up the community, cleaning up our home, our collective home, so that we can all enjoy that space. And that feels good. I used my superpower of connection. I love bringing like-minded people together. And I love looking at other opportunities. A friend told me about an organization that's called Clean Up Kids. It's actually led by two children named Cash and Bella, and they have a big mission to make an impact in this planet. And so to date, they have actually cleaned up 1 ton of aluminum to avoid it going to the landfills. Now that's about 59,000 cans. Can you imagine? That is an amazing impact, and I want to applaud these kids that are really taking the effort to make an impact. So I invite you for a moment to place your hands on your heart and close your eyes and take a deep breath. And think of what is your superpower. What is something that you are really good at And how could you use that superpower for good? To make a difference for our climate change issues. Now open your eyes. And my call to action for all of us is to create some kind of an event where you bring people together. The third step is together. Let's do this together. Because superheroes work best when they bring their powers together, right? We never know what we are capable of until we pursue something bigger than ourselves. Now is the time to tune in, to turn on. Let's do this together. Superheroes unite!